I've been listening to everybody, and when I first came on, I love talking about wealth. I love talking about the concepts involved in building wealth. They have real value. Is that really what I want to talk about? And I love talking about that. It's not. What I really would love to talk about is this beautiful company that's been built over the last 6 years by Mr. Mufareh, what he's done, especially focusing on the last year, because the last year took us from a place that was really good. And it was, even though he had to go through a lot of things. And because of those things, he brought the talent in that would take us to that next level. And I listened to Marty and and I have to laugh. Marty, Dan, and I, we're pretty good at what we do. And what we try and do is we try and stay 3 or 4 or 5 steps ahead of where we think Mr. Mufareh is going to go. Okay. And it's not that he tells us anything, because he doesn't. It's just that we've been doing this a very long time. And I listen to Marty, and he's nibbling around the edges, guys. Understand that. He wants to explode and tell you things that we just can't talk about right now. And again, these aren't things that Mr. Mufareh has shared with us. He really hasn't. But Dan, Marty, and I, we talk all the time. There are things that we believe we know are coming, but we also know that Mr. Mufareh wants to come out, and he wants to make those announcements. He wants to give those surprises. He wants everybody just to be flabbergasted when he comes out and really explains everything that's going on. The journey of this company over the last 6 years, for me, has just been absolutely unbelievable. Marty talked about, does Mr. Mufareh owe us anything? No, he doesn't owe us anything. He's already paid us. If you've been listening, if you understand what he's talking about, if you learn from Mr. Mufareh, we've learned more in the last 6 years than we did in the first 10 years of business. So we've already been paid in spades by Mr. Mufareh. I mean, really, the things we've learned with this journey of really this beautiful business that Mr. Mufareh has made has been extraordinary. But Marty says it really, this is just the start, guys. It's not the finish. It's just the start. And what's going to be coming, and I have to bite my lip. I literally have to bite my lip so I don't say something I know I shouldn't say. But what's coming, it really is going to blow you away. And I think what I would say to everybody right now, we're coming into phase 2. Mr. Mufareh has told us that. We're coming into phase 2. And what you need to do something, and then you need to finish strong. What does that mean? Mr. Mufareh is going to come out very quickly. He's going to tell us what he wants us to do, what he needs us to do. Do it. And then finish strong by understanding what he tells us. What he's going to be telling us, what we've had over the last 6 years is phenomenal. It really is. It's better than anything I've ever seen in all the businesses I've been in for the last X amount of years. Anything, way better than anything online. What he's going to be explaining to us, when he's done, you're going to understand, not only are you in the right place, but there was never a place like this in the history of business, period. It's funny. Marty, Dan, and I were talking the other day, and it just dawned on me. OnPassive is the only company in the world that's ever done this. They focus on what he focuses. Mr. Mufareh, not they, but primarily, I'm sure all of them do, but Mr. Mufareh is the focal point. He focuses on what he can do for you. Now, when you think about that, I mean, literally, when you think about that, there is no other place in the world that you can go in business and get that. You go to another company, they're not thinking about you. They're not thinking about their employees. They're not thinking about their customers. They're thinking about the bottom line. Mr. Mufara, his first initial thought, Marty said this, is you. And then you take that and you start to extrapolate that out over the next weeks and months to come. And obviously that's what Marty, Dan, and I do. That's what gets us in trouble. It is going to be extraordinary. You need to understand that. Mr. Mufara, he is focused on you personally. And he wants you to be able to get to that place of financial independence. I love to talk about finance. I love to talk about wealth. I love to talk about all that stuff. But what I love to talk about more than anything is OnPassive. And today I have a little bit in, as does Marty. And there are only so many things we can say, but Mr. Mufara, in the next weeks to come, he's going to come out. He's going to have stuff for all of us. Get excited, because it's going to get really, really fun, really, really quick. And I believe that, I just believe that he is going to do that, and he's going to do it very, very quickly.